Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today, finally, I hope we will sew in sails. We will be sewing sails for sure, actually. But also, I want to finish painting. And after yesterday's failure with all these whales, I want to make very close-up filming today, so to show you all that leaking paint. So my camera is very, very close. So my plan is today, first I will make all these touches with a brush to remove all this. Where is this? Probably on this, actually, on this side, yes. So one side is not bad, but the second one with all these leaking spots and dots. So should be fixed. And while I'm sewing sails, in the end of the broadcast, I will use where is this? Satin varnish. Yes, it's right here. So I will use this Vallejo varnish just to protect all these paints. And then finally next episode we can work on the deck to add all the details, wooden parts, and probably we finally will finish the hull. Okay, how to pronounce hull and hull? I'm mixing these two, so I'm sorry for that. So I hope I will do all this, what I'm planning to, and I can claim that painting is finally over. Yeah, welcome to the channel who just joined us, and let's begin. And before I will start it, I just want to show you a pile of books through which yesterday I was paging through. Just happens to be that I have two late period or two modern period about technique and sewing sails, because in this book, which is the most appropriate for our small craft, and it's exactly the lobster marks are described here in Howard Chappell's book, but without such details as how to sew in sails, because it was at that moment so common, so well known that it was just no need to repeat what everybody already knows. So that's why no any single word about sails. But the only what I have found here, it is, where is this picture with our lobster smack? Lobster smack. That, yeah, it shows here also visible, I believe, that it has also reef bands on the jib, not only on the mainsail, also on the jib. Maybe this is, actually, let me check how long it is, how many feet, 20 feet. So this is exactly our size of lobster smack. So this is what we are building, and it is with reef points also on the jib. So maybe we should do it too. But let me reach this point in a couple of minutes, so I will keep this book next to me. Then I have two modern, where is this book? How to make sails, but they are mostly for these new materials like the chrome, and some mentions about traditional sail making. So the only what I can use from this book is what is actually the same techniques as how it was in 17th, 18th century, like how to sew bolt rope. So it is the same, but I can't apply it for our sails because it is too modern. Where was this page? It was very interesting, actually, just to show you some pictures. Some pictures, if I will find them, should be somewhere around here. So let me make a big screen so I can show you this. And probably I need to make it less bright. And to make it like this. So here you can see, if I will figure out how to position book, different clues. And let me put model right here. But it is, as I said, it is already too modern. It's not about our ship, but you can see bolt rope sewn, and I just want to show you two different clues and how this bolt rope was sewn, actually. This is how, so it is exactly the same way how it was sewn in the 17th and 18th century. From if it is square sail, it's from aft side and exactly how it was actually attached to the sail. So you can see exactly the same technique. So in this we can be sure. I will put it aside. Where I can put it? Right here probably. I have some space. So then I found this beautiful book. This is a Guff rig, but again it's too modern for us, but let me show you also. Just open on a proper page. I can show you how it was attached. Actually, and this is also the just proper moment. You see how what is the shape of this reinforcement? They are just straight at an angle, sewn or rounded. And I believe it was a little farther what I want actually to show you. Yes, definitely a little up right here. Not this page, but this page. You can see another version. So what I'm seeing on all these sails, which I could find about 1850s, 1850s and 1880s, that the sharp corners disappeared on reinforcements, like at the I can say this is foot of the sail. So what is the G term? Okay, upside down. Tack piece. So the tack piece sewn at an angle. The and F. So now I can learn new terminology because I don't know all of them in English, and I'm already forgetting in Ukrainian terminology. So F. Throat piece. So it is rounded and it is sewn at an angle here. Oh, it is at an angle here and it is rounded here. So we can use that. But all these new modern pieces definitely are not suitable for our sails. And the reef points, they are sewn like additional piece of cloth for each reef point, and they are sewn at the seams. So, but it is not suitable for our sail, just for a main picture. And we can see also bolt rope. So now I'm thinking if the day sailor also was with the bolt rope sewn to it, because what I figure out now that the bolt rope was sewn inside the sail only with all these modern materials like the cron and all this much later period. So let me put this one also aside. Actually, the most useful books were just to see all this. This is from Mystic Seaport Boats. 87 boat designs and sloops of the Hudson River. Just this proper period. It touches 1850s, so mid-18th century, mid-19th century. So just to see what is the shape of all these reinforcements. But the only what I found here, the difference, if even on the cover of the book, you see the bunt line, not bunt lines, reef bands, they are sewn on top of the reinforcement here. When in 17th, 18th centuries, all these linings were sewn on top of the reef bands. And I'm seeing actually both when the reef bands sewn on top of the lining or lining and under it, so I can't be sure what exactly, or was it both in use, so I don't know what is the point. I'm saying it like if you need to reef the sail, so you will straighten your sail, so you just will bring this part of the with the reef points lower to the boom, attach it, stretch it, and then you have to tighten it just so the cloth will not fly all over the place. So logically it should be sewn on top of them, so probably I will stick to that. So I will put this book aside too. Just another evidence. This is 87 boats design. Another evidence of the shape. It was somewhere in the end of the book. The rounded shape of reinforcement of the sail. Come on. Oh, right here. We can see again this. If I will position properly. So we can see again this properly rounded, so no sharp corners. So what I'm seeing, the sharp corners disappeared. But this is very small boat. It is a proper year. It's end of the 19th century. Oh. Yeah, but it is too small boat. So I will put it aside too. And I have Karl-Heinz Marquardt, who described how the sails were sewn. So let me show you this picture. I have it in Russian. I brought this book, one of my 5 books which I brought from Ukraine. Krum has it in English, but I just want to show you all these different. Oh, come on! Oh, finally, just want to make it. So theoretically, first half of the 19th century, it could be like this. So the clue with bolt rope were forming this clue angle. So we could do this, or actually closer to the end of the 19th century, the what is thimbles or kringles. For the sails it's kringles and thimbles for the blocks. I'm mixing them too. We have one term in Ukrainian for both. So it could be this or this in the end of the 19th century. So we could stick with this one, but what I'm sure now that we definitely should sew the bolt rope to the edge of the sail, not inside in the doublings. What probably I should do also with the day sailor. So now I will not sew in them, I will not remove the sail, so it will be like that. Just let's think that I just missed, decided to miss that part with the bolt rope. But now I'm debating what I want to do with the lobster smug. Should it be with kringle or just to shape the bolt rope in the proper shape? So I just got a Russian comment from my fan, Barmaley 777. So thank you, I'm glad you enjoyed. No go, I'm sorry. I will read your comment later with Google just to understand what you're talking about. I don't know any single word in Dutch, in German except of Danke schön. And that's it. So probably right now I need to make this tough decision. Probably I will stick to these kringles. But another point which I want to show you, why it was so wide on our sails, the cloth was so wide, and why it was for the same scale so narrow for the day sailor. The day sailor was designed as a racing boat, so that's why they probably needed that super strong sails, because when you need speed, you definitely need very strong sails. For the lobster smugs, the cloth is much wider, because if I remember correctly, on the day sailor it was like 12 millimeters in scale 1 to 24, and here we have 19 millimeters in scale 1 to 24, so same scale but different width. For lobster smugs, it wasn't important speed, it was important what you can catch during your fishing. So that's why we have this difference probably. And it's, of course it's cheaper to sew it if it is with wider cloth or canvas actually. So now I want to show you in details what I have drawn on the sails and dimensions. So if you want to repeat it, you just can check it and repeat it. But I need to decide finally what I want to do. This clue or this clue, which version, which with kringle or to sew the bolt rope and actually to serve the bolt rope and to create this. But I think that probably this one is more appropriate, because our lobster smugs, they are mid-19th century, end of the 19th century, so more probable that they had these kringles to connect the sails. And I have somewhere a picture how it was done, like for example here. Yes, so you can see how the lower reinforcement at the foot of the sail attached to the boom, and you can see also that at an angle sewn reinforcement. So this is what we'll do on our lobster smugs. And let me show you what I have drawn here on the sails. so crinkles. And I can move further camera so you can see entire sail. Perfect. So the only decision which is left to do, should I also add reef points to bright? To bright like this, or even more like this. So the only what is left to decide if I want to add reef points on the jib, but it is so small. Just visually, if I will add it, they should be like in the middle of the sail. So probably I will leave it like this. We'll stick to the kit design. So they decided that it was without reef points on the jib. But now let's talk about the dimensions. So the doublings at the head of the jib sail, it is 3 millimeters wide in scale. The foot of the sail it is only 2 millimeters wide, so as the at the leech of the sail. So I will imitate these two doublings because it's too difficult to make 2 millimeters to sew the 2 millimeters cloth on top of it. But I will make this head of the sail. I will sew the piece of cloth here just to make it more realistic. It's possible 3 millimeters. I already can do that. And then all these reinforcements, all these leanings should be sewn on top in the last. And then I have to cut the sail and sew the bolt rope around. And this is another interesting question. I couldn't find any single mentioning about bolt ropes, diameters of bolt ropes for these modern boats. So I'm just trying to imagine if I'm sailing on such small boat to 20 feet long on the deck. So it definitely can't be thicker than 1 inch, but definitely can't be thinner than ½ inch. So maybe something in between. So in scale 1 to 24, 1 inch, this is 1 millimeter. So maybe I will use bolt rope like 0.7 or just a little larger, 0.8 millimeters in diameter. So it should be plus minus appropriate in this scale. Just try to imagine it and how it will behave on the boat if you would sail such boat. Okay, we have Krum here with us, so you can translate Deutsch for me, please. And as I said, just for this period, you actually don't have anything appropriate. You have two modern how to sew in sails from Dacron and all these modern techniques. And nothing about 19th century, end of the 19th century. So I was just analyzing what I found, what I have seen, and trying to apply to these boats. Or I have to search something. We have book barn in not very far from us. They are selling used books, and quite often you can find very useful stuff there. For example, how to sew sails, or how they were sewn in the end of 19th century, beginning 20th century. So maybe I should search for them. So this is about jib. Same actually is about mainsail. The only difference is that leaning at the head of the sail. I think it's sharp. I made with such pattern like square, something square. Or let's talk also about how to measure, how to identify the size. Usually it's something very obvious. Like for example, we have the width of this cloth. So you have to draw just line, just like so. This reinforcement should be just the width of this cloth. So that's how I got 40 per 40 millimeters corner and created this reinforcement. But it's also something should be not much bigger in this dimension, I mean, than this one. So I got this 28 millimeters per 28 millimeters corner and created this reinforcement. It should be actually the width should be plus minus like width of the cloth. So same I made here on the mainsail, because it is just perfect 90 millimeters cloth, each piece of 90 millimeters. So just the last cloth. This is also reinforced corner. In this part, so as I said, I will stick to that rules that I will sew reef bands first, and on top of them I will sew in this linen. This is glue cloth, I believe is the proper name. This is peak of the sail, so if I remember correctly, it was peak cloth or ear ring. This one cloth, and this one should be without that. If you remember, yesterday I have drawn such squarish piece, but the only difference is for this period that all these sharp corners disappeared and it was more likely rounded. If I will make just straight triangular, it's not enough, so that's why it become rounded. So this is what I will do here. And again, same sizes. The less stressed side, the aft side of the sail, so it is only 2 millimeters. I will imitate this doubling, and lower will be 3 millimeters, upper will be 3 millimeters also. And the most stressed one on the sail, this will be that one next to the mast, so it is 6 millimeters here. Maybe it's too much. And about reef doublings in the scale, they should be around 4 millimeters wide. I believe I have signed it. So yes, I have signed it here. 4 millimeters wide. Another very interesting thing, I can't decide still how to attach the reef points. At the very beginning, or traditional reef points, they were made in the middle of the cloth, but later, maybe because these reef bands disappeared, so they become sewn into the seams just to make it stronger. So maybe we just can stick into the middle of each cloth. This is how it's shown here in American Sailing Craft and Chappelle's book. Where is it? So, no, it is actually not shown here, anything. I have seen it somewhere. So the only what I'm sure that reef bands should be, so we will make reef points in the middle of the cloth, and this is what is shown probably on the drawings, if I remember. I have seen it somewhere, so maybe it was drawings. No, actually on the drawings they have shown both reef bands and reef points from the seams. This is interesting. So maybe we can make it without reef bands because they were sewn through the seams, because in the modern sewn sails book they really are sewn in the seams, and then it just was additional small tiny pieces of cloth on each side. So then probably you don't have to have the reef bands. Okay, let's erase them. Let's speed up the process of sewing. So right now I'm designing it right in front of you. So how I'm designing sails. Just checking different books and trying to pick and choose what I like more. If I want to do or to sew the reef band or don't. But the thing is that I honestly don't know. I'm just trying to pick and choose. And what I have seen in these books, that it is quite possible that it was without reef bands. Because I just noticed it right now. I don't know why I have noticed it yesterday, but they really are sewn in the seams, so probably that's why you don't have to sew the reef bands. And it was shown, I believe even in this book it was shown too. Gaff rig. Let me open it one more time. So if I remember it correctly, it was shown somewhere. Yes, we can see it even on this sail. So yes, here is the lower part of the sail. It's triangular reinforcement, rounded on the top, and reef points without reef bands, but they are sewn in the seams. So this is what we will do on the Lobster smack. Oh, this is what I have shown you before. And also when you need to attach your sail to the stay, you are making all these crinkles. Yes, it is correct. Also in front of each seam, so not in the middle of the cloth. Oh, this one more appropriate for a day sailor, just to check. And I can see it with crinkles, so probably it was also with bolt rope. Where is that beautiful picture? Oh, and more close up how the reef points are sewn into the seams. So I can believe that. Just found proof that the kit has a good design. Oh, made good design. Yes, it is also in the seams. So let's stick to this. No reef bands. This means less sewing. So just slightly clean it, and then I will laundry it until disappear. Just to clean them, to clear them. Actually, theoretically, I have to sew double seams here. Then it will be more accurate, and in scale 1 to 24, I can do that. So I think I have, and yes, about the sizes of all these reinforcements, again 28 per 28 millimeters. This one just slightly above the reef points, or actually if it is sewn, so maybe it shouldn't be. Where is it? Picture. If we are not sewing the reef bands, maybe no, but the reinforcement is above the reef points. Makes sense, because if you will reef the sail, the corner, this corner, it become instead of this is T, this is U. So you are getting attached to the boom, this corner of the sail, so you need to stretch it. So you definitely have to have reinforcement here. So we will make it that tall. And also for this rounded reinforcement or leaning 28 per 28 millimeters, and just use the Samson square to create such beautiful shape. So that's it about sails and sizes. Let's fix all this leaked paint. Now I will bring camera close and let it dry. Like this, if it will go like this. And my assistant decided to sleep today next to me. He's right here in his favorite box. He got upset he couldn't fit in this box from Philadelphia gunboat. He tried 3 times, and the only what he could do just sit very compactly, but couldn't lay into it. But this is our next group build, so it is already, I'm just hypnotizing it. I'm trying to finally start it. And just it's very itchy when you have this kit and you have to wait until everybody will get it. And I announced before the first week or first weekend of May, maybe we can postpone it for the second week of May just to finish the Lobster smog, because I see now that I can't finish it on time. And I will need white paint. So this is diluted white paint with paint thinner, and this is what I was using actually. But I will use just a brush. And very, very thin brush actually. So I will use both paints. So let me show you what I will use. So I will use the thick one, if I will need it somewhere, and the thin one. Oh, that pieces of rope, this is reef points. When you have too strong wind, you have to reef your sail or it will just flip your boat into the water. So you actually have to make smaller area of the sail or small, just to make the sail smaller so the strong wind will not collapse your boat. And that is why you have to bring that reef bands, if you have it, closer to the boom and reef your sail. And just that close, which you are getting extra close, you have to tie it to the boom so it will not fly and flip all over the place. Maybe I can just show it on the model. I like to play with rigging. When I'm making something, I just like to play with it, how it is working, etc. So now let's start fixing this. I will try with diluted with much thinner paint, and if it is not working, I will try to do this with thicker one. So it is transparent. I will add not diluted ones. Or maybe I should work only with not diluted one. I will come back to this in a moment. But when it is not diluted, it's visible that I have used brush, so I will cover it on top with diluted paint. Okay, somewhere here, or I have missed something. I can see it on the screen. Somewhere here, can I fix it? I'm using combination of two whites, diluted one and not diluted. First thick one and then on top of thin one, so it's just to wash out the traces from the using brush. And this is this side. Larboard is more, let's say, not beautiful. The starboard is much better, turns out to be much more beautiful. Okay, too much white paint. Then I will add a little more black. And now I need to do something with this. So first I will use thick one, not diluted paint. And still transparent. Just to make these traces from the brush not visible, I am applying the thin one. scale actually is much better. Now I need to come back to this one. It's half transparent. Maybe one more time I will come back to that one. But I also have something on the bow to fix. Not that it will be visible under the bowsprit, but I want to fix it. And I believe something leaked here. Very good. Have seen something on the deck. Yellow probably somewhere wasn't properly masking taped. Need just a few dirty spots right here. If don't know it's visible or not on the camera. Just darker, like it was blowing under the masking tape. Let me turn it this way. I can see fur. Oh, I want to show you this picture, how my assistant is assisting me. So if I can move my laptop just to show you this. This is my assistant. You can't recognize where is ears, where is the tail, and where is his muzzle. It's just a rounded ball of fur. And usually he is sleeping on the window. This is a basement, so I have windows only under the ceiling. And he's sleeping on one of that windows. What else I have to fix here? Oh my god, Embir, you are snoring. Louder than Kroom, actually. Don't know if camera can catch this, but if you will hear the snoring sound, this is not me, I'm not sleeping, this is he. Okay, I need to fix a lot of here. And also maybe have to put some paper under the boat, because I just damaged the black one. I got these white dots and it wasn't a moment before. So I just damaged it while I was fixing another other side. So that's why I don't like painted models. They are so fragile, so easy to damage the paint. So in the moment you finish painting, better apply the varnish and just cross your fingers that you will not scratch it. Definitely, he probably was hunting all night long, and now he's sleeping, snoring, really like more louder than Krum. I need to add more black paint. And I got also some like dirt here. This is also somewhere something wasn't properly glued, and I got also black rail. So now I need to fix it. And also this is scratches from the previous episodes. So let's hide them. So I think maybe I will not varnish it today. It should dry. And then I will varnish it. So maybe I will varnish it next episode. But I want to touch sails today, at least to sew in that seams and all reinforcements. And I also have to show you how to finish that sail, which I start showing you another technique how to make sail without actually sewing them. So I need to use iron, at least to show you how to use iron to create all that doublings and linings. Ow, just touch the paint. Good job. Good job. Now I need to fix it one more time. So I'm applying first thick paint. I have just one not diluted and one diluted. So first not diluted just to make it not transparent, and on top I'm applying diluted one just to remove all that traces from brush. Now this is interesting how to fix this. will try to turn it towards you. And now I need to find where is the focus of the camera, like this. The biggest spot, this blackened toy rail. And maybe additional drop of black paint to fix the whale. And something right here, it was also, just let me turn it, turn, also need to fix it. And right here, also a toy rail painted. It was hair, but not imbued, more like from the clothes. Ouch. Okay, maybe a little more of white paint somewhere here. What I already painted, just additional layer because it is a little transparent. And while the white paint is drying, let me fix the deck. Because now I need to touch some black spots. Or actually white spots to make them black. I think you can see this small tiny spot. So let me wash my brush. Almost no water. To bring more water. And this is our paint from the deck. Let's see, or let's check how my sturdy hand when I will start painting the decoration on the bow. Okay, just washed my brush. Oh, sorry, Imbir, I woke you up. Didn't mean to. He disapproved this noisy bottle. Like I was sleeping and you woke me up. Let's try it. It's good. Just some dirt. And another side too. Like it wasn't properly covered somewhere. Just got through the masking tape. Actually, maybe with such result I could just make these rails with hand paint without all that masking tape in. And just something right here not properly painted. And the spot here. After priming model, you can apply paint, diluted especially paint, with a brush, and it will be not that visible that it is not airbrushed. Okay, it's drying, so let's apply decoration. And what it is on the box? It will be somewhere on the drawing. Yes. So we need to make this decoration. So I will draw it with a pencil first, and then I will repeat it with yellow paint, and on top I will use it gold or metallic yellow just to make it beautiful. So let's try. Pencil is first. So I just will position same way as I am keeping my model, so I can just redraw it. Essentially, this is just I can make or such way first. And then just to make such curly stuff. Something like this. Now I need to repeat it on another side. And this will be more complicated. Now I need to think in reverse to mirror it. So let me make another wave. I can't actually see it on the screen. Oh, at a proper angle it is visible. So now let's repeat it with paint. And I will use what I will use. This one, and this one. So I will use these two. Oh, I will use these two paints. First this antique gold, and on top I will use metallic. Okay, let's go for it. Okay, and where is my bow? Yes, it's visible, good. Brush. So let me touch then my model where I have tried my brush. So tiny. How to start? Maybe I have a smaller brush? Or this is the smallest one. That is the smallest one. Just don't like this. Some hair is sticking separately, so let's trim it. So just made it smaller. Let's try it now. Still have this hair. Yay! Now second side. Paint. Something glued to the brush. I think this side is not that good as previous one. Yeah, this one is much better. So we have what we just drawn. It's very difficult always to repeat on another side. Maybe just slightly fixing. Because it is too transparent here. Or also to fix something with black paint. Always there is an option to completely paint it again in black and repaint. I think it is more curly now. Good, I like it more now. Now I will not hide this black paint. I need some touches where I have damaged the black paint. You've seen it somewhere, right here. Not visible. And I probably will flip it like this, so I can fix all this leaking white paint. Not visible. This is what I have done when I was fixing white. Now I need to fix black. Okay, it's good here. Let's turn around. Can you see something here? And this is where it was the biggest spot to fix. Now how about from this side? Don't move. Because now I will have to fix white one more time. Damage paint. Maybe I have to fix here with white more. Looks like some black and some more white. And on this side. Okay, good enough. So what was here? I wanted to add some white. And somewhere else. I found where I need to add black, just a drop. Now gold. gold one. I can see this glossier paint, so I hope that when I will varnish it, everything will be the same. Just metallic paints, they are transparent, that's why I created yellow first. This is how I'm destroying my brushes. Trimming them with the scissors. Gold. Now watch me how I will touch it and destroy it. If you're afraid to try it on the bow, just draw on the paper same size of the, like this wooden part, just paper. Draw it with the pencil and try to paint it. Just get practicing on paper and then you can try it on the model. Definitely like this side more. Okay, let it put to dry. and we can sew in sails. At least seams I will do today. So the brush will be cleaned later, or just like this. The model will stay here next to its future project. Both of them actually in the same scale, and I like this already entire collection in scale 1:24 here, so I can compare different models. Now I need my sewing machine. Paint and paint. More paint. Why are you not standing? Sewing machine, quite heavy sewing machine. Come on, move. Preferably without pushing my laptop. Okay, I will move my camera, it will be easier. Okay. I need to connect it here. It's just a piece of thread. I have some leftovers of Gutermann thread. It's 100% polyester. Let me try to move somewhere microphone. Maybe like this here. Theoretically you can hear me. So this is 100 polyester, and this is Gutermann 797 color. I like this thread the most. It's very thin and very strong. Come on, now I need to remember how to install it. But if I remember it right, it should be like this, like this. The direction of yarn or thread will tell me how. And in a moment we will figure out if I did it right or not. And before you will start sewing your sail, try what seam you have prepared or how the sewing machine is working, just on the sample. Oh, this is actually was colored piece of the rope of the cloth which I made for pulling yarns inside. Where is my pedal? Pedal. No. Oh, come on. So I want the smallest possible seams. No? What else I can disconnect? I can disconnect my air compressor. Ouch. Imbir, I'm so sorry to scare you. He just evaporated. That was just a socket. Okay. Now it's working. Okay. Or not really working. Something is not right. And why it is making knots. Okay, one more time. Okay, let's try with bigger. Something is not right. It's not taking lower thread. And I know now why. Because I just ripped it off and it is not in the needle. So just not to spoil your cloth. That is why you have to try it on something. And this sewing machine is quite old, and sometimes it is making such tricks. But after sewing sails for the Boreas, nobody touched it, so it should be okay. Why? It's just something is not right. It's not sewing. Ah, I remember. This one does matter from which side you are inserting the thread. From the left to right. I'm forgetting constantly about this one. Okay, how about now? Oh, good. Now the size. So maybe this is too small, slightly bigger. A little more. Yes, I like this one. So this is what I will do. We can start with a smaller one, and then I will see how much time left, if we can do everything what I want. So let's start with a jib. Now I'm debating, should I make double? And probably I should. Double seams. Something like 1 millimeter in between should do the job. Or 1.5. Oh, thank you. I'm almost not reading comments today, but I'm sorry, I just got stuck into sew and sales. It is always very entertainment. Right. It was a piece or just stripped off the yarn. Let me install one more time upper part of the thread. One more time. One more time. Come on. And the last one, this is just imitation of the doublings, and it is 2 millimeters wide. And the foot of the sail, also just imitation of the doublings. Because it is also 2 millimeters wide. Oh! I don't like this. Again, it just stuck, and that's why it is doing this. Okay, let's check what is the damage, and I believe I just got knot. Not good. Definitely I just got it. This is a nasty knot. Or I just caught a yarn here. Just did something. The best way is just completely cut it and redo it. And this is always happens when I want to make it faster. I just think I just caught somewhere the rope. Additional one. paint. And I like this. This is scissors for manicure, for cutting cuticles. They are a little carved, so it is very easy to, if you are sewing such small stitches, which impossible to cut with any tools which were created for cutting such seams. But these scissors can. Usually I'm not showing this in my videos, so on my perfect sewing SAILS videos, everything is sewn straight, everything without cutting any seams, without all these knots, everything is perfect. And this is what I was afraid of doing on live streams, that what if such stuff will happen. And for some reasons, when I want to speed up something, always I'm getting clogged, airbrush or knots while I'm sewing SAILS. To cut something more here. Something stuck for some reasons. Done. So let's repeat imitation of the foot doublings. So as I said, 2 millimeters from the end of the sail. Okay, where is that end of the, don't get in. Let's start one more time, don't like it. I don't like it. I will cut all these threads, everything what can get into it. It's clean. I think this is the problem. Where it comes from. For some reason, this plastic somehow it stuck on this pin. Okay, let's try it one more time. Come on. Wow. And why? What is going on? It's free to rotate. So what I have done here with all these damages, I need to redo it. One more time. If you can see it through the camera, I got these jumps because of this stuck. Don't know why. One more time to cut it. And I just wanted to make it fast. To make seven that and I got actually knots again for some reasons. This is why it was doing this. Why? The problem is probably in the lower part. Nothing is wrong here. It's free. So I have no idea why. Everything is fine. But I need to cut it. One more time. For some reasons, actually, the lower thread is too tight. What I can see on this seam. And it is also doing this at the very beginning. Okay, one more time. Or on the contrary, I need to tighten the upper one. I'm about to rotate it. And how to rotate this one? I forgot. Like this. Let's make it tighter, upper one. From 4 to 6. Let's try this one more time. I will try it on this experimental cloth. Need already to install new one here. It's fine here. Absolutely perfect. Again, it's too... I don't know what is happening. First seams were perfect on the both sides, and now it's become... I don't know, let's try to make it even tighter. Upper part. Come on, under this. Now it is not sewing. Don't like these noises. I made a knot again in the process, but it seems to be okay in the end. Okay, one more try, slowly, carefully, without speeding up. And then I need to install this. Come on, this jumped out here. Why it is always doing this? I need to speed up the process. Come on. Of course I need to open it. That is why. Okay, maybe it's too tight. 6. Fine. Now it's okay. Good. So I have 6 minutes to make seams and to imitate one of the tubbling leech, actually, side of the sail on the mainsail, and the rest will be on the next Saturday. Okay. I will cut these threads so they will not get under the needle back. almost ready. Half of the sail is ready actually. I see you already are getting deals. Who will sell the sails for whom? Just small warning, YouTube is blocking automatically all phone numbers, email addresses, just mail addresses. So if you try to make a comment or text it, you will not see this comment at all. YouTube automatically blocks it. So probably you have to become a member of my group build, current or next one, so we can I can add you in my group on Facebook with group build. Then you can discuss in private if you want to sell sails for somebody, etc. Exchange or trade sails for something else, like perfectly good straight planks or something else. tabling. Yay! So the only what is left on this sail. Oh, and I think I'm running out of thread on the lower part, but I wanted to make also imitation of doubling from the aft side or after leaning, and just right here it's ended. Not good. Not good. Let me bring another thread. I have one more. It's also not brand new, but Gutermann. So let me take this one out. Oh. Which direction actually it will be? No, not rotating. Should. one, of course, opposite direction. Should be enough for these sails. So now I need to connect this. Maybe a little farther. Slightly farther. Something like this. So again, I will imitate the doubling, which is on the aft part of the sail, I can say, or after leech, or leaning, after leaning, sorry. It's actually doubling, after doubling. So no, leaning, this is all these reinforcements. So this is like peak, leaning. So 2 millimeters wide. That's why I'm only imitating it. I can't sew a piece of cloth 2 millimeters wide. Okay, finally, this is it for today. So let me move microphone a little closer and we can chat 20 minutes only later, so it's not that much. I could do even more. So next time we will be sewing all these leanings, all these reinforcements, so, and the perimeter of the sail. Probably on Sunday we can start sewing bolt rope. And also on Saturday I will varnish the model. So this is what we got. With decorations on both sides, almost even symmetrical. So, and if I will varnish it on Saturday, so on Sunday I can start also working on the deck, adding all that missing parts, wooden parts, hatches, seats, etc., etc., cleats. So it will be parallel with sails, so it will not be that boring 2 hours only sewing. We'll see what we will do next time. But now I'm happy with the result of the painting, these rails and whales, and decoration on the bow. And if you have any questions today, I'm still here, you can ask. Oh, it's my pleasure, and thank you very much for coming, for supporting my channel, for joining me in this little adventure. And of course I will go and check what you have done in the group build. What is your progress? And I know somebody already have sewn some sails according to the drawings in the kit. Nothing wrong with that, it is in the kit, so everything is fine. If you would compete on the ship modelers competitions like in Europe, so judges will not charge you anything because you have followed the instructions, but you just get in another plus if you are doing research and adding more details. So that is always a few points plus into your account. Oh, the material stretch, it should be between this cloth. So if you can see, it is, oh, let me make big screen. It's stretched in between cloths. And that side which is not stretched, you are sewing seams. That is how you can get them straight. If you will sew in at 90 degrees, you are getting that waves and the seams wavy. Oh, thank you. They're not perfect. I could do better job. Just I'm really trying to rush and speed up just to make it more productive on the lives. And in the sewing machine right now I have, I believe this is very thin one, but not the thinnest one. It is for that very thin synthetic fabrics, but I prefer to use machine that sewing needles for embroidery. This is right now what I have now. This is 8012, and usually I'm buying 75, I believe, and 10 or something like that. If I have, no, this is not mine. This is Kroom's. Don't have them here. I have somewhere a box. So this is not the thinnest one, but they are doing their job too. But Zinger have thinner needles also. So yes, and the most interesting will be with all these reinforcements or leanings. And of course, bolt rope and reef points, even more interesting. So this is for the next weekend. I will split it into 2 halves. So if you don't have any more questions, then I wish you a wonderful rest of the day or evening or afternoon, depends from which part of the world you are watching. And see you next time with sails. And finally I will varnish this model and we will start working on the deck. Because still some very important, but that parts which will add spectacularity to this model. Because it is quite, it's small but quite detailed, and I like it. Then see you next week, and bye! you.